Time now for the last of the events here in Dubai. This fantastic 2022 World Archery Para Championships. Time for the medals to be settled in the recurve men's competition.
On target number 2, representing the Republic of Korea, Park Jun Beom. The line judge for this match is Mr. Tanvir Ahmed.
So first up, the bronze medal match between Guiseppe Verzini of Italy, the world number 47, going up against the world number 22 from Korea, Park Jun Beom. By far the biggest field at these championships. These archers have been through a number of matches to get here. Verzini losing to Tukale of France 6-0 in the semi-finals. Park losing to Uyama of Japan. They both faced 3 other matches. In fact, Verzini had 4 to qualify to the semi-finals, plus the ranking round, of course. Lost the semi-finals, 1 chance here to get on the podium at the World Championships. Park versus Verzini for bronze here in the recurve men's individual. And it will be Park to shoot first.
Eight.
5 sets, 3 arrows per archer per set. Highest score gets you 2 points. If you draw level with your opponent in a set, you get 1. Target is 6 set points for the win.
Eight.
Both making mini adjustments as we get a good look at the equipment these athletes are using.
Eight.
So you just see that scope of Park's sight. There's no magnification allowed in there. He's just making an adjustment to that sight. Recurve rules. Just a simple pin sight or lens, but no magnification. No back sights, just the string to look at against the bow as your back sight.
Eight.
Yeah, incredible equipment, isn't it, that they have to use. They have to get so used to it. And then, well, taking a deep breath here, Park Jun Beom is using it in the club and in training is one thing. Using it here is another, and the Korean putting in our first, well, we thought it was a 10. It's called a 9 in venue. 26. Well, we talk about groupings, and that's a good grouping from Verzini. All right, 2 of the arrows at the right height. So he's got a chance to correct, make a minor adjustment, move those to the left. But there was a fist bump there from Park Jun Beom. Early days to be celebrating, but you know, like we say, Nikki, it's whatever works for you.
Yep, some archers like to be pumped up. They want to, you know, get involved in the story of the competition and, you know, get something out of that. But others want to just be calm and collected, just stick with you in the target. So it's different approaches, different things work for different people. But like you say, Guiseppe, great group. They're just all high right, and you know, he's dropped 6 points there where the group size I don't think was really that big, and he could have got many more points if he just centered that group.
So as a coach, and look, I know we're not talking necessarily about coaching athletes at the World Championships in a medal match, but Park's 3 arrows, 2 left, 1 right. Verzini's were all in the same area. what would you prefer? If you were standing in the coaching box right now, what would you prefer?
I think I kind of prefer the better group, but I want my archer to move the sight quickly. So it's important to know as an archer how many turns of your sight move the arrow by how many rings. So get to know that. Move your sight 3 turns. Where does the arrow go? Learn how much it moves it. So in this scenario, you can get back in the middle quickly.
So you'd rather have the group than the points at this stage. That's very clear. We're about to find out whether Guiseppe Verzini knows how much his sight adjustments make a difference to the arrow 70 meters down the range. Set number 2. Still a little left and still a bit more of an adjustment.
Really long hold. He's only got 30 seconds to shoot that shot. He's been a long time at full draw.
9.
They're both tinkering.
Yeah, just those fine little movements. 20 clicks of your sight movement is only 1 full turn. So it's not really a lot. And psychologically, you just want to make a little bit of a difference, a little bit of a change, just to see if you can get those arrows into the middle. See that arrow under the clicker, that draw length indicator, tells the archer how far to draw, but also acts as that subconscious release. They focus on their movement, clicker drops, and there's a reaction for the fingers just to release, but the brain stays with, hopefully, the back tension.
Well, finally found the middle of the target. It's taken 6 arrows. That's not bad. He'll be happy with a 26. Park, though, has an opportunity to go 4-0 up. But has to find the middle for the first time himself, though, to do so. Can he hear me, do you think? That was a superb shot under pressure. 4-0 for the Korean, but Guiseppe Verzini is in the middle now. You know what we could do with Nikki? We could do with a little bit more time in between the sets here in this recurve competition, just for you to dissect the shots so that we can have a look at how these archers can improve, how these archers can find the middle. Yeah, I really think you should do that sometime. You should have a word with World Archery and talk about maybe doing a little bit of dissection of the shots.
Yeah, it'd be good to take that a step further and really look at the analysis of it all.
Well, it's an education for those of us that haven't shot at certainly shot at this level, but shot at any level, to understand the complexities of what these archers are going through. And you know full well, having shot compound and recurve as a former world #1 as well, that what it takes to be right at the very top of the game, those fine margins.
Yeah, this is very much a mental game right now, and you can see the Italian. I think he's just trying to calm himself down as much as possible, just almost acting limp in the gap there, just to get his heart rate down. Deep breath. Off we go.
Off we go indeed. Set number 3. He's 4-0 down, but he was finding the centre of the target in that second set. Guiseppe Verzini of Italy shooting to stay in the match here. Well, you could see the stabilizer moving around there, jittering around. You look at the big long rod sticking out of the front there. You see the end of it moving around. It gives you an indication of how much movement the archers are facing. and that's certainly not being critical, Nikki, but these archers are both sitting in wheelchairs, so they're grounding, their foundation for the shot is not as stable as a non-disabled athlete.
Yeah, so these archers in this category usually have an impairment in either the upper limb or lower limb, and usually there's no impairment in the core, but sitting kind of switches off a lot of your core. It makes it a lot harder, even if you have got that sensation you can feel. It's still a harder task sat down there in the chair, and they're allowed a little bit of side support up to half the body, but that is all.
Oh, what a grouping here for the first 2 arrows from Park.
9.
In pole position here. Can he do this in 3 sets? Well, the majority of those arrows going left for Verzini. 5 for the title. It's a 7, and it's enough here. He's got the bronze medal. He's taken the bronze final here, and Park Jun Beom will be on the podium here in Dubai in the last of the categories to be contested. Korea, a massive superpower in the sport of archery, now have a massive superstar in para archery. Park Jun Beom, the 30-year-old from Korea, has taken the bronze medal in 9 arrows.